Have you ever felt like the world was asleep, but your heart was wide awake with worries? That moment deep in the night is when Allah is closest to you. Tahajjud is not just a prayer, it's an invitation to speak directly to your Lord when no one else is watching. Imagine asking Allah in the silence of the night, knowing that He promised to respond. Tahajjud is more than just a set of extra prayers. It is a secret conversation between you and Allah, in hours where distractions are gone and sincerity shines the brightest. When you rise from your bed while others rest, it's as if you're showing Allah that your love for Him is stronger than your comfort, and your faith is greater than your sleep. That's why scholars and pious believers have always regarded Tahajjud as the crown of all voluntary acts of worship. The Quran itself highlights the virtue of this prayer, describing those who forsake beds to remember Allah as among the most honored. The Prophet Muhammad regularly prayed Tahajjud, and his companions followed his example, knowing the unmatched blessings it brings. This prayer has been a secret weapon of the righteous, a source of guidance, strength, forgiveness, and tranquility. What makes Tahajjud so unique is the timing. The last third of the night is a sacred moment when Allah's mercy descends and He asks, "Who is calling upon me so I may answer him? Who is asking of me so I may give him? Who is seeking my forgiveness so I may forgive him?" Just imagine, the Lord of the worlds is waiting for you to ask. How can any believer afford to miss that chance? Tahajjud isn't about length or perfection, it's about sincerity. Even if you pray just 2 rak'ahs with a heart full of hope, it holds immense value. It is your time to unload your burdens, cry your heart out, seek guidance, and beg for forgiveness. And in return, Allah promises peace in your heart, blessings in your life, and answers to your prayers in ways beyond your imagination. If you've been searching for a way to strengthen your connection with Allah, if you've been longing for your doors to be answered, if you've been yearning for peace amidst chaos, Tahajjud is your key. This prayer is a doorway to miracles, a source of comfort, and a reminder that no matter how dark the night, Allah's light is always near. Tonight, when the world sleeps and silence fills the air, don't let the moment pass. Rise, even if it's just for a few minutes, lift your hands and talk to the one who never leaves your side. That one sincere prayer in the stillness of the night might change your entire life. One of the most powerful aspects of Tahajjud is its timing. Unlike other prayers performed in the hustle of the day or the early hours of Fajr, Tahajjud takes place in the stillness of the night, a time when distractions fade, the world is asleep, and silence surrounds you. This is not accidental, it is by divine wisdom. The last third of the night has been described in the Hadith as a moment when Allah's mercy descends upon the world in a special way. The Prophet Muhammad told us that during these hours, Allah calls out to His servants, "Who is calling upon me so I may answer him? Who is asking of me so I may give him? Who is seeking my forgiveness so I may forgive him?" Think about that for a moment. The Creator of the heavens and the earth is directly calling you to ask, to seek, to beg, and to believe. This is not just a general invitation, it is an intimate opportunity, a personal audience with Allah when the veil of distractions has been lifted. No phone calls, no work tasks, no worldly noise, only you and your Lord. The timing itself teaches us discipline and sacrifice. Leaving the comfort of your bed, breaking away from your sleep, and standing before Allah is a declaration of love and sincerity. It is as though you are saying, "Wa Allah, I choose you over my comfort. I choose you over my desires." This act of sacrifice is what makes Tahajjud so beloved. It is proof that your connection with Allah is not limited to obligations but is rooted in devotion and longing. Spiritually, the timing of Tahajjud has another blessing. The heart is most alive at night when the world is still. The whispers of the dunya quiet down, and the soul becomes more receptive to divine presence. That's why the Quran describes the night prayer as more effective for reflection and recitation. In these hours, your Quran recitation pierces deeper, your du'as feel stronger, and your tears flow more sincerely. Tahajjud's timing is not just convenient, it is transformational. It opens a gateway between you and Allah at a time He has chosen for closeness. If you want your heart to heal, your sins to be forgiven, and your prayers to be answered, there is no better moment than the blessed hours of the night. One of the beauties of Tahajjud is its flexibility. Unlike the 5 daily obligatory prayers, Tahajjud does not have a strict, fixed number of rak'ahs. This makes it accessible for everyone, Whether you are just beginning your spiritual journey or striving to emulate the worship of the Prophet, at its core, Tahajjud can be prayed in sets of 2 rakats. You can pray just 2 or continue in pairs, 4, 6, 8 or more, depending on your ability and devotion. The Prophet himself would often pray 8 rakats during the night, followed by witr, which is an odd-numbered prayer that closes the night. However, he also taught that even 2 sincere rak'ahs are beloved to Allah. That means you don't need to pray long hours to benefit from tahajjud. Even a small effort can bring immense blessings. This structure is a gift from Allah. It reminds us that worship is not about quantity but sincerity. For some, waking for 10 minutes to offer 2 rak'ahs may be harder than praying 8 rak'ahs during the day. Why? Because it requires discipline, sacrifice, and love strong enough to pull you out of bed. That's why even the shortest tahajjud holds such great value. Another point to remember is that you can recite whatever portion of the Quran you know in your rakats. The Prophet sometimes prayed with long recitations, standing for hours, but he also encouraged ease for his followers. If all you know are a few short surahs, that is enough. What matters is the heart you put into your prayer. The rak'ah structure also gives you room to grow. Maybe you begin with 2, then later increase to 4, then 6 as your discipline strengthens. This gradual increase not only builds your habit but also deepens your spiritual connection. Like climbing steps toward closeness with Allah, every additional rak'ah is another level of nearness. The Prophet said, the best prayer after the obligatory prayers is the night prayer. As a Muslim, this hadith reminds us that the structure of tahajjud, whether short or long, is always valuable. The key is not perfection but consistency. If you can offer just 2 rak'ahs every night, make it your treasure. And if you're blessed with the strength for more, embrace it. Either way, Allah sees your effort, your sacrifice, and your love in every bow and prostration. One of the greatest treasures of tahajjud is the opportunity it gives you to pour your heart out in dua. During the last part of the night, when the world is asleep and silence surrounds you, your whispers rise directly to the one who hears everything. This is the time when duas are the most powerful, the most sincere, and the most likely to be answered. The Prophet Muhammad taught us that in the last third of the night, Allah descends to the lowest heaven and calls out, "Who is calling upon me, so I may answer him? Who is asking of me, so I may give him? Who is seeking forgiveness from me, so I may forgive him?" Sahih Bukhari and Muslim. Just think about that. The Lord of the worlds is inviting you to ask. What could be more special than being personally called to speak to Allah? Duas in tahajjud are different because they come from a place of sincerity and vulnerability. During the day, you may make dua in a hurry, distracted by work or life. But at night, when you've left your bed and stood before Allah, your heart is softer, your mind is clearer, and your words flow with truth. Every tear shed, every plea whispered, carries weight that only Allah fully understands. What can you ask for in tahajjud? Anything. Ask for forgiveness for past mistakes, strength for current struggles, and guidance for future choices. Pray for your family, your loved ones, your health, your dreams, and your place in Jannah. Nothing is too small and nothing is too great for Allah. The beauty of dua in tahajjud is that it reminds you there are no limits when you ask from the one who has no limits. It is also in these moments that your trust in Allah deepens. You may not see your dua answered immediately, but tahajjud teaches patience. Sometimes Allah gives exactly what you ask for, sometimes He delays it for a better time, and sometimes He replaces it with something far greater. Either way, no dua goes unheard and no prayer is wasted. Tahajjud transforms your duas from simple words into heartfelt conversations with Allah. It is in these conversations that miracles begin, hearts heal, and doors open. If you want your dua to carry power, whisper it in the silence of tahajjud. One of the most beautiful qualities of tahajjud is that it serves as a direct pathway to forgiveness and inner peace. Life often leaves us burdened with sins, regrets, and mistakes that weigh heavily on the heart. But Allah, in His mercy, has given us the night prayer as a chance to return to Him in private, away from people's eyes and judgments. In those quiet hours, a believer finds both cleansing and comfort. The Prophet Muhammad said, "The best prayer after the obligatory prayers is the night prayer." As a Muslim, why is it so beloved to Allah? Because it comes at a time when sleep feels sweetest and sacrifice feels hardest. Waking up for tahajjud shows sincerity. You are choosing Allah over your own comfort. And when you do so, Allah responds with mercy, forgiveness, and tranquility for your soul. Tahajjud is a time when you can seek pardon for every mistake you have made, whether small or great. Sins that haunt your heart, guilt that keeps you restless, all can be lifted by sincerely bowing before Allah in the depths of the night. No matter how many times you have failed, Tahajjud whispers the reminder, Allah's door of forgiveness is still open. Alongside forgiveness comes peace. The world is noisy, filled with pressures, conflicts and worries. But when you stand in prayer at night, the noise fades away. The silence of Tahajjud wraps around you, creating a sanctuary where only you and your Lord exist. Reciting Quran in this moment soothes the heart, eases anxiety, and fills your chest with light. Many people who pray Tahajjud describe it as a therapy for the soul, a place where fears dissolve and hope is reborn. Peace gained in Tahajjud also flows into your day. When you have bowed before Allah at night, you face the world in the morning with greater strength and clarity. Your problems don't vanish, but your heart feels lighter, your patience deeper, and your faith stronger. That is the hidden blessing of Tahajjud. It prepares you to walk through life with serenity, even when challenges surround you. In the end, Tahajjud is not just about prayer. It is about forgiveness that wipes away the past and peace that strengthens the present. Every time you rise for it, you are given a fresh chance to heal, to renew, and to reconnect with the one who never turns you away. Every relationship thrives on communication, sincerity, and time. The same applies to your connection with Allah. While the 5 daily prayers are essential pillars of faith, Tahajjud goes beyond obligation. It is pure love, devotion, and longing. Waking up when the world sleeps to speak to your Lord strengthens the bond between your heart and Allah in a way no other act can. Tahajjud is a prayer of intimacy. Unlike the daytime prayers where distractions surround you, the night prayer is free of noise. It's just you and your Creator. In that stillness, every word you speak in dua feels deeper, every tear you shed feels more meaningful, and every verse you recite touches your soul differently. This private dialogue nurtures your relationship with Allah, showing Him that you don't just turn to Him out of duty, but out of love and longing. The Prophet Muhammad himself would stand in prayer until his feet swelled, despite his sins being forgiven. When asked why he endured so much, he replied, "Shall I not be a grateful servant?" It's Bukhari and Muslim. His devotion teaches us that Tahajjud is not only about asking for things, but also about showing gratitude and drawing closer to Allah purely for His sake. Through Tahajjud, you learn to rely on Allah more deeply. When you consistently wake up to speak to Him about your struggles, your dreams, your fears, and your hopes, your trust in His plan grows stronger. It builds a sense of companionship. You no longer feel alone because you know Allah is with you. This transforms your Iman 7 faith from something you know into something you feel in your very bones. The consistency of Tahajjud also softens the heart and disciplines the soul. It trains you to put Allah first even before your comfort, sleep, or desires. This sacrifice brings a special sweetness, because the more you give up for Allah, the closer you feel to Him. Over time, you'll find yourself turning to Him not only in the night, but throughout the day, with a heart that is constantly connected. In the end, Tahajjud is not just a prayer, it is a bridge. Every rakat you pray, every dua you make, every tear you shed builds that bridge stronger, until your relationship with Allah becomes unshakable, rooted in love, trust, and closeness that lasts a lifetime. So, my dear brothers and sisters, Tahajjud is not just about standing in prayer, it's about standing in front of the one who holds your destiny in His hands. It's the secret weapon of the believer, the door that leads to miracles, and the moment where your heart finds peace in a restless world. Every rakat you pray in the quiet of the night is a step closer to Allah. Every dua you whisper is written, and every tear that falls is heard by the one who never sleeps. Don't let this gift pass you by. The world may offer comfort in sleep, but the real comfort lies in waking for Allah. Imagine the honor of being remembered by your Lord, because you chose Him when everyone else chose rest. If this message touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with others so they too can discover the power of Tahajjud. And if you want to continue learning how to strengthen your faith and unlock the treasures of your relationship with Allah, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next reminder. Because remember, the night may be silent, but your dua is not. Allah is listening, and He is closer than you think.